Stardom, a promotion of regular wrestlers, just doing their job and chasing their dreams. Everything seems pretty normal, right? Or is it? Let's look into the minds and horrors that lie in Stardom's very messed up roster. Momo Watanabe, sadist. Momo Watanabe is known for her hard-hitting style, kicking her opponents and trying to put them away with big moves. In the beginning, many believed she would be a great natural babyface as she gives off the aura of a refined regular girl. To some, Momo's joining Queen's Quest and becoming something completely opposite of what she had been up to that point was a bad choice. To me, I believe this allowed us to see the true Momo character. We started seeing the first appearance of Momo's true nature upon her return from injury. Maybe the time away changed her, but what we got was no longer the natural babyface, but what I believe, a sadist. For those who don't know, a sadist is someone who derives pleasure from inflicting pain upon others. If you look at Momo's moveset, things start to make more sense. Her whole moveset is kicking her opponent really hard and doing really big moves that are devastating. There really isn't a move that she does that isn't either a personal beating or a put you away move. If that was all I had to go on though, it wouldn't be in this video. Momo clearly enjoys tormenting her opponents emotionally and mentally. The pleasure she radiates when she is ridiculing someone is almost uncomfortable at times. The most memorable moments are both towards Jungle Kyona, the moment Momo betrayed Jungle and joined Queen's Quest, and later when Jungle failed to win the white belt in her hometown. If you watch those events over again, with the idea that Momo is enjoying Jungle's anguish, they take on a very dark tone. This personality trait of hers is what made me a fan. Nothing is more entertaining than when Momo goes crazy and tries to kill her opponent, and then try to kill them emotionally after beating them up. Arisa Hoshiki, masochist. Arisa Hoshiki quickly became a favorite of mine in the promotion, with her bright smiley attitude, her moveset, and the way she interacted with Tam Nakano. Something is kind of strange about her though, and it took a while for me to realize just what it was. Arisa is pretty much the opposite of Momo. Arisa enjoys the pain inflicted on her, whether physical or emotional. Many times in matches you can see a giant smile on her face. While fighters enjoying the fight is not uncommon, Arisa takes it to the extreme lengths, smiling while getting beaten down. Some could interpret the way she reacts to Tam's abuse to be her being amused by it, but you could also take it as her enjoying it. From the very first moment in Stardom, everyone was excited for her to be there. She was welcomed back with open arms. By everyone except Tam. Tam instantly didn't like her and started her abuse early. Arisa, being the masochist that she is, was drawn to Tam, someone who would regularly dish out verbal and physical punishment at every instance, would obviously be someone special to Arisa. Hazuki needs acceptance. Hazuki is making a name for herself by being the awesome high-speed match machine of Stardom. Pretty much everything she does is awesome and well done, except shooting stars. Knowing Hazuki, the first thing you think of could probably be anger issues, but that's too easy and too bland for me. What I really see as Hazuki's character is someone who desperately needs acceptance and validation from her leader. Hazuki, unlike most people in Stardom, was forced to leave their preferred faction. With her time in Queen's Quest, she tried her best to live up to Io's arguably unrealistic expectations. Hazuki would never get to do that though, as she was stolen away by Odo Tai. This caused Hazuki's need of acceptance to skyrocket. She had been third in line of importance by her mentor Io. Now in Odo Tai, she didn't want that to happen again. Things seemed to be going good until Kagetsu started fussing over Azumi, one of the people who had previously taken priority in Queen's Quest over Hazuki. She acts like she doesn't care, but it's clear she wants Kagetsu to fawn over her instead of looking outside the group. All she wants is to be the number one to the person she looks up to and follows. Jungle Kyona, afraid of success. Jungle Kyona is the epitome of underdog. She rarely wins the big events, and rarely goes out on top during the important matches. I believe Jungle Kyona is afraid of what will happen if she does finally get that chance. I believe she believes she can't handle the pressure of being on top, so she subconsciously doesn't bring everything she has to win in the big singles matches. Isn't it weird that Jungle almost never gets pinned? She rarely, if ever, is the reason her team lost during multi-man matches. You would think someone who is good enough to almost never get pinned would be able to eventually translate that skill into beating someone in singles matches. When it's a non-important match, Jungle does completely fine, more often than not defeating her opponent. But when there are stakes or belts on the line, well, Jungle just doesn't seem to cut it anymore. Jungle used to run her own faction, but they never really went anywhere. They seem to always be the ones losing. I don't think it's a coincidence that Jungle is doing better now than she was when she had the responsibility over a bunch of people. This is why she always talks about going out on her own and making a name for herself as a singles competitor, only to drop it really quickly and form some kind of tag team. She is afraid of what will happen if she finally succeeds. Hana Kimura, Narcissist. Hana Kimura has really made a name for herself lately as the leader of her new faction, Tokyo Cyber Squad. She seems to enjoy being the leader for all of these misfits, as she puts it. While in the beginning it seemed she was okay not being the top person in her own faction, allowing Jungle, Kiona, and Konami to be the better wrestlers while leading from the back. That was until it became clear that Hana was okay with all of this, because it also allowed her to put the spotlight on herself even more. In any situation where someone else in her team is the focus, you can be sure to see Hana there screaming and hollering, jumping in front of the camera, and just all around drawing the attention away. This stems even farther as she seems to have adopted Rina and turned her into a little version of herself. It's clear that the one thing Hana Kimura is all about is Hana Kimura. Konami. Lack of ambition. For a long time, Konami seemed like she just didn't care about progressing her career. She was content on just being in the background, kicking butt every now and then, and going away, and repeat. Her entire career in Stardom, she had been teamed up with more energetic and big talkers, so that she didn't really have to do too much. To me, Konami is a clear sign of someone lacking ambition. While she knows she wants to wrestle, I believe that's as far as her passion lies. She is content just being there and wrestling. Every now and then, the person she is following around will have enough ambition and talent to actually succeed and get a tag team belt or triple belt, which is the only reason Konami has ever had any belts around her waist. This might seem weird since hashtag Konami All Belts is a thing. I believe that's just a cover though, as anybody who lacks ambition would know. It gets tiring having everyone ask what you are going to do. What are you planning to do? She could very well have just made the illusion that she wants all the belts as a goal, to get these people to think she cares enough to win, to get off her back. Until she finds some ambition, Konami seems content on just drifting along aimlessly. Azumi. Old person in a young body. Azumi is a wonder in wrestling. For her age, she has tons of experience. She is a better wrestler than people twice her age on the regular. Azumi, from almost the very beginning, felt older and bigger than she really was, and that's her problem. Azumi acts like the senior that she really is, but with her smaller frame and young age, she can't back it up most of the time. This has caused Azumi to act like she is the boss of people much older than her. She has delusions of grandeur. In her eyes, she is the one above everyone else, but in reality, she is towards the bottom. Unlike most on this list, Azumi's main character trait isn't something that will or should go away, but all that she needs is time. Time to age into the persona she has had since she was 9 years old. Kagetsu. Lost passion. Last but not least, Kagetsu. The leader of Odotai and one of the best wrestlers in the world. Looking at Kagetsu, it's easy to throw around the words delinquent, psycho, or goofball. She isn't a lovable rogue for no reason. She has made a name for herself as being the goofy leader of Stardom's heel faction. Doesn't it seem like she has gotten tremendously worse lately though? Not in ring ability, oh no, she is at the peak of performance. I'm talking about outside the physical elements. Her promos, her plans, and how she acts. She is transformed into almost a parody of her earlier self. Never seeming to take anything seriously and haphazardly putting her own team at risk on stupid wagers. This, I believe, can be attributed to her lost passion. In the beginning, she just wanted to create a family that got along and loved each other. Things just didn't go that way though. There was always some kind of fight between the members, whether it be Tam and Hana against Samire or Hana against Hazuki. Kagetsu had trouble keeping her team together as one. This is, I believe, the catalyst for why Kagetsu seems so uncaring about everything lately. She just lets everything slide. She just doesn't want to try anymore. Trying only leads to the worst things, like Tam being forced to leave, them losing their dancing, and Hana Kimura betraying them. Now Kagetsu feels like she just lets things happen and doesn't worry about it anymore. Unfortunately, Kagetsu has lost her passion. While I didn't cover everyone, it's clear that Stardom has some serious issues to deal with. Everyone there seems to be some sort of basket case in one way or the other. That's why we love it though, right? Everyone has their own personality, wants, and dreams. I felt like this would be a fun little video to make, amplifying wrestlers' smaller character traits to see just how messed up each one of them I could make. There are some I left out, like Saki being a sociopath, Mayu being a secret villain, or Tam Nakano being a yandere, which just goes to show you how much depth there is in this promotion. There are so many things that we can discuss and point out that might not even be intentional. Tell me, what are some of your Stardom theories?